Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bones here, and this is the Pompey campaign. Last we left off, we had done some serious damage to the Gatones. They only have like 4, maybe 5 provinces left. And what do you got? Okay, I think I meant to attack with this last time, and even if I didn't, I'm going to attack with it now. We still need to quickly deal with this and get over to the Iceni. Because I got lucky last time. They only sacked the city instead of taking it. But that's not going to be a common behavior, I don't think. Although, if it was, it's not that bad for me. Alright, map looks a little bit different than the ones we've gotten before. So where do I... Well, I don't think I can hit here. Pretty steep angles for a lot of these approaches. I get bottlenecked here pretty easily, and I'll get shot in the side by this tower. Okay. I'm going to try something possibly incredibly stupid once again. Let's drop you guys. I'm going to be pulling you over here, and I have no idea where the ladders are. There we are.
Proud Roman
1,
legionaries,
2,
sons of Mars,
3,
Pele troops.
4. Okay, so what we're going to do is split the army into 2 forces. There's going to be a small force here with a couple elite troops meant to push these towers right here and hopefully distract part of the enemy army. Well, actually, that's basically the name of the game here. I'm hoping that by splitting my army up, it'll either divide the enemy's defenders, so there'll be half as many men here as there would be, and half as many here. So we'll have a better chance of a breakthrough quickly. And if they don't divide their forces and instead focus entirely on this division or the main attack force down here, then the other force can move through pretty much unopposed and get some rear strikes in. So where do I want to... We'll drop them here. If I'm reading the minimap right, it does look like the enemy has at least partially divided their forces. Oop, a little bit further back, guys. There you go.
Legionaries.
The main reason I did this is this can't really sustain more than 2 ladders. It won't be that great, and I'm still worried about all of the fire I'll be taking. So let's move the Evocati up as well. Alright, you armored legionaries will be the second wave. We'll run you guys up. Now, it doesn't look like there's that much on this wall, and what is on this wall does not have much range. And I should be fast-forwarding. So let's move the Gallic Hunters up as well. We'll turn you guys off of fire at will for the moment. Bring the Horsemen up. Actually, we'll bring the Horsemen over here. Because if these guys take this gate, I can bring the horses in too to get some rear strikes on these guys as well. Who is being shot at? Alright, it's just these guys. That's fine. They do have some longbow hunters here, so that's going to be an issue. Fortunately, there's not that much here opposing me. No real ranged units at all. So these men should be able to punch through fairly easily. We can actually probably bring the Evocati up a little bit closer, because I don't have to worry about the range units getting shots on me. Okay, we have men at the walls. We do have to worry about this ladder taking too much fire damage, though. Ooh, wow. Falling right through the ladder, damn.
Legionaries!
Alright. Both ladders are at the wall. Let's get the Praetorians up the...
Praetorian Guard!
So hopefully they don't try to... Okay, good. I was worried the Praetorians would try to come down here, but these ladders aren't even at the wall yet, so I don't have to worry about that. Alright. Gallic hunters, focus your fire on these longbow hunters. The first priority is going to be getting someone over here to these towers and getting them to cease fire. We'll turn the Praetorians off of formation attack because they are going to end up pretty much surrounded.
Legionaries!
And the Legionaries are taking quite a beating. At the rate this is going, we might actually clear a good portion of this zone before these guys even get up on the walls. Damn. Still, even if they don't get into the fighting before this area is cleared, they will still have done their jobs by basically distracting 3 units of the enemy's garrison. Alright. Ceasefire. Praetorians coming up.
Legionaries!
Remember, Legionaries are taking a bit of a beating.
Legionaries!
Who is getting... Alright, focus fire on these Germanic youths. Because those javelins are really causing me an issue. Alright, who's up here? Praetorian Guard? Let's pull you guys through.
Back now!
Come on.
Legionaries!
Okay, yeah, we need to take you guys out. Come on. We cannot sustain the casualties from those javelins anymore. Ceasefire, we have Praetorians in the area.
Brave Romans to a man! Melee troops!
Let's actually pull these armored legionaries out here.
Proud Romans all!
Pull this Praetorian Guard into these enemies. Hold them off. You guys can actually take out these Germanic youths. That'd be a good use of your time. You into the remainder of these Wodenaz spears, which is actually one of their general units. So killing him will be a great benefit to me.
Brave Romans to a man!
Let's pull these armored legionaries down.
Advance at speed!
Alright, I want them taking out this tower down here.
At speed! Melee troops!
You Praetorians, get up here and start capping this tower.
Engage!
Okay, actually, you guys get... There we go. Get into these longbow hunters. We can't have any missile units shooting me in the back. Okay, good. It looks like... Okay, good. I'm not sure why both of these men are seemingly smushed up here.
Legionaries!
Just some weird pathfinding, I guess.
Break off!
Well, we'll try to pull them down.
Praetorian Guard!
Alright, that tower is now ours. Let's pull this Praetorian Guard up here to turn off that tower.
We await your command!
Alright, you guys take out this one.
Praetorian Guard!
Praetorian Guard, Praetorian Guard. Can we move you guys out to assist? Not at the moment. But we can get the men to start pushing the main capture point. We'll actually hold this Praetorian unit back. Actually, we'll send them up here.
Praetorian Guard!
I want you two Praetorians to move up through here and start pushing the victory point. need someone else.
Praetorian Guard.
Legionaries!
Legionaries. You. Actually, no, you've already taken a lot of casualties.
Legionaries!
You guys, come up here, turn off that tower. Alright.
Romans all!
And let's start moving the Evocati into the capture zone as well. Although, okay, that was a little bit of a mistake on my part. I thought this was the victory point, but it's just a normal capture point. Still, it is the best lane that I have to get to the victory point with my best units, so I do still need to at least clear out any enemy units in here.
At your
See,
service.
2 armored legionaries.
Melee infantry at your
Let's pull you guys down to the safe zone.
service.
Alright. You men can come down here. Alright, you move up here. Slow down these men. You get a rear charge. And let's bring the bowmen into the city. Okay, those men are moving back, it seems. So we can just...
Advance at speed!
Come on, there we go.
Double time!
We'll just set these men up here to hold position.
Advance at speed! Advance at speed!
Proud Romans all.
Alright, they're still holding out here. Which, considering they're fighting Praetorians and have enemies attacking them in the rear, is pretty damned impressive. Alright, how we doing on this? Okay, most of the men have made it up over the walls. We have the archers taking a very long and stupid path to get into the city, but I wasn't really expecting much more than that.
Melee infantry. Romans ready for duty.
Let's bring this last Praetorian up here.
At the double. Praetorian Guard.
Seriously, they're still holding out? Okay, there they go.
At
Okay,
speed.
move the Praetorians here. Do we have any...
Legionaries!
Okay, you guys need to come up here. Start drawing fire from the enemy.
Praetorian Guard.
Move the Praetorian Guard. Let's just move one at a time.
Move out.
Start walking them into the town center.
Romans
Evocati.
ready for duty! Commander!
Actually, let's just hold off on that for just a moment. And let's just send the Evocati in, because they've taken no casualties so far this entire battle.
Legionaries!
So they'll be the freshest.
At speed!
Orders. Quick march.
Alright, get into those Spear Brothers. We need to keep a lane clear to move my men up. We can't stand under that tower forever. Let's try sending an Evocati up through this way.
Evocati!
Okay, actually, it looks like we won't need to.
Quick march!
Get in position, men.
Advance at speed! At the double!
Okay. Last Evocati. Send you guys up here. Reinforce that fight.
Evocati!
You guys want to throw? There you go. Alright, so they should make pretty quick work of this dramatic tribesman with their pillar.
By your command! Quick march! For glory!
Get into these Spear Brothers.
Evocati!
And I want you men up here.
Double! Ready and waiting! Quick march!
Alright, pull to the side just a little bit.
Attack their position! Advance!
Hit these men in the rear.
At the
Now
double!
pull back. And
Pull
move
back!
up here into these tribesmen.
Orders understood!
Alright, let's commit some Praetorians. This unit hasn't taken that much damage, so I'm willing to spread a few more casualties their way.
Your command.
Alright, you guys keep running up into the city.
Praetorian Guard. By your command.
We'll pull these men out, because they've lost about half of their unit. These men will continue to do well. And who the hell is uncommitted? You guys? Let's fix that.
At speed. Melee troops awaiting orders.
Pull the Praetorian up around.
Double time!
Okay, I was going to send them into the back of this unit, but it looks like it's about to break, so we'll just commit them to this front.
Sons of Mars. Double time.
Alright, let's put them into attacking Testudo to get a little bit of cover from those missiles.
Melee troops awaiting orders.
Alright, let's commit all Praetorians to this fight. If these guys would just commit all these men downhill, they might have a bit more of a chance. But really, if they just committed these men to holding this tower instead of just letting me have it, they actually could have done a little bit more damage to me. Now, not a fantastic amount by any means, but every little bit helps when you're fighting heavily armored Romans. That was the slowest and least enthusiastic charge I have ever seen. Alright, you guys. We're on their last legs. Get in there. And don't throw your pillar. That's for the weak. Keep moving in. Give me some volleys on their general. And let's put one of you on flaming shot to break him quicker, but it looks like he's not going to be lasting that long either way. Oh god. Alright. So it took a little bit more damage than I wanted to. We did manage to spread it out pretty well, besides this one legionary that got on the wrong end of a lot of javelins. I think really the only reason it survived just because of how much armor it had. Alright, occupy the settlement. And let's use all this money that I do not have. I should have just raised this place. Let's torch all of that. Actually... okay, we need to get rid of that because that public order from the Squalor I cannot afford right now. Anything that screws with public order, we'll get rid of this turn. And we'll leave everything else just because I'm not sure I have enough money to spend it on 5 separate buildings next turn. Let's see, where is... alright, there's that army I'm chasing down. But it looks like... okay, yeah, last turn I did have to recapture that city. So they are going to be able to take Istros, which will do a decent amount of damage to my economy.
We hunger for battle.
Any other armies that... Second Legion, which is still stuck in here. Can I get them down to Istros? Come on, there we go. Nah, just shy. Well, this army is very small. And I do have a small garrison at Kalankorum. So we'll try to bring this army down here within reinforcement range.
Your next command?
And it's very possible that if they have another army up in these two provinces, they're going to take Kalakornum. So let's end the turn and find out what they're doing and what else the Iceni break. Okay, looks like they're going to attack this settlement again. Let's go with a balanced stance. Hopefully they'll just sack the settlement again, although I don't really like my odds of that. Nope, I think they took it. This army is really going deep for the things they want. Okay, so the army at Istros is running away, and I'm being raided.
A treaty between our...
Yeah, let's go with the non-aggression pact. I'd like that, you guys. Yeah, I haven't decided whether or not
The hungry dog.
I want to attack Lepidus or Antony. Because my armies are a lot closer to Antony right now. And what the hell was I even researching? But I think his client states are all like out into here. So if I declare war on him, I'm going to have a ton of fights this way. Meanwhile, Lepidus will be getting angrier and angrier as my level of Imperium increases from the land I'm taking. And eventually, he'll declare war on me, and all of my armies will be out in here. And they'll do a decent amount of damage to what's most likely going to be my most economic areas. So what the hell did I even research? Legal documentation? What does that do? Advanced cavalry tactics. Just want to find out. Okay, I was working down this tree so I can get more public order. Yeah, let's keep doing this. Actually, let's get this. The cultural conversion will be a godsend with all these barbarian factions that we've been taking out lately.
Ready for orders.
Let's see. They said Oblin? Where's the rebellion going to be? Olvia. Alright, so let's take care of this.
To battle! We take this settlement for Rome!
Yeah, I do still want to get one more ladder here. Continue
Besieging
siege.
settlement!
My skills are yours.
I am a little bit worried about this army
What do you
taking Olbia. Let's sabotage them just a little bit. Or not.
I have failed.
Yeah, as I said, my goal is not to prevent rebellions at this point. I need to take out the Gatones as a military power. Unfortunately, this army is pretty damaged. Let's get a cohort's barracks up and running. Military city. And a field of Mars. So that will make this city very hard to take without a prolonged siege. Which I think is my best bet with the number of armies I have. Is not to keep an army in the area, but to make, at the very least, the walled city of each province very difficult to take. And to basically either delay or beat off enemy rebellions until the main army can come in here and sweep up the stragglers. So we do have these guys coming up here. I am so tired of this little crap stack.
Commander?
So you know what? I'm just going to let them have it. They can do whatever they want, but I am going to pull this army down to Bibracte. And do we have any
Ready for orders.
Yeah, this legion is very well veteraned and equipped.
Get that shield
Ready
So
out.
we'll give the veteran to these guys, because they're going to need all the help they can get. Because this is my auxiliary army.
Ready for
Oblin,
orders.
you guys do still need to retrain quite a bit. Don't have the money to do anything else. So let's see. They're most likely going to go after Bibracte, and I did take out the military building in this province, so they have a good chance of taking it. Okay, we're gonna raise a temporary levy. Do I have an army to reinstate? Nope. There's no back out. Come on. So we'll raise an army here. Evocati cohort. Put them in the buildings and give them a couple Gallic hunters. I mean, mercenary Gallic warriors. It won't do much, but maybe it'll help delay them? I don't know. Are you guys at war with the Iceni? Can I put a... Okay, good. These guys are actually at war. So let's put a bounty on that army. Yeah, trying to get your allies to do anything in this game is kind of like
Ready for battle.
herding cats. You might eventually get them to do what you want, but it's more by accident than proper planning. We had to leave this army to heal up just a little bit more. I think it was one more turn for this army.
And honor.
So yeah, let's end the turn and see what we're able to pull off. Now, thankfully, we are nearly done with the wars with Dacia and the Gatones. So we can turn... Well, we can afford to turn...
We come to you in strength, to speak words of strength. Reply then, with a strength that welcomes peace.
This is stupid, but no. Because I am very close to finish... If I was like 2 turns ago, I would have accepted the agreement even though they had taken the town. But because I am very close to at least conquering all the territories of the Gatones and the Dacians, and then causing all their armies to suffer massive attrition, I am going to have a couple armies free to deal with the Iceni. And once I'm able to beat back the 2 armies that they have on the mainland, Fifth Legion. That's the 6th Legion. Okay.
Victory for Rome.
We'll deal with that in just a second. So let's see.
At your
What
command.
can we do up here? That army's going for Greneve again.
Ready for battle.
So what I'm going to do is this army will be pulled... Come on, there we go.
Any man who drops out is left
Up to
behind.
Arsinium.
Ready
We'll leave you... Okay, we'll station this army out of Oblin,
further orders.
but within distance that they can quickly retake the city if it's captured, and within 1 or 2 turns march of Greneve. That way when the enemy does take it, I'll at least have a good chance of hunting down their army. Let's see, there's not much I can do about this at the moment.
We hunger for
Can't
battle.
recruit, can't really... I'm just gonna let... I could try to attack them and do damage, and actually we should be able to see... They do have a few good units, but I'm willing to bet that this is mostly cavalry and skirmishers. So if they do attack the city, we can do some significant damage to them. Let's see. What I do want to do
Let them cower
is take
before
this
Rome!
city, though. And we are at 30 minutes. So, I know you guys probably want to see this, but I'm going to end the episode here and just make this the beginning of next episode. So, we got one good fight in this episode. We're managing to begin to tidy things up after a little bit of a stressful situation. And I'm feeling pretty good about the potential future of the War of the Iceni. They're definitely going to make some early gains, but there's no way they're going to end up keeping them. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. You know, any comments on things I can improve, anything you guys want to see, because I am considering what other series to Let's Play. Probably going to be another Total War. I'm considering doing a Total War Attila series, because I've given that series a bit of crap in the past, and I feel like the amount of playtime I've actually been in it, now that I have a YouTube thing, I am feeling like I should give it a second chance. Because all Total Wars have shaky beginnings, and they've had several patches to get things more evened out. So, I haven't decided which faction I'm going to do, but if you guys have any suggestions for factions you want to see, other games you want to see, probably a strategy game, because I'm best commentating over those, just leave a comment in the comments section and let me know. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and this is Bones signing off, and I will see you again next time.